Hello C2RouteApp users. This video covers the cost versus revenue report. So this report has to do with a new feature we have in the stops function. So we're going to go down here and hit stops. And we're just going to go into the pencil and examine this new parameter. I'm going to go down to advanced parameters. Here you would notice the new stop revenue field. In this parameter you enter the amount of revenue that a particular stop would bring you. This will directly correlate with the report I'm about to show you. Also, with this cost versus revenue report, you're going to have to analyze your vehicle costs. To do that, I'm going to open the Vehicles tab at the bottom left of your screen. I'm going to select a vehicle by clicking on the pencil to edit the parameters. And I'm going to open Advanced Parameters. Now once you've opened the Edit tab, you can see the various costs associated with each vehicle. Here we have the time to complete all routes. This would be the number of hours worked as regular time. This has overtime hours. They allow for 2 in this particular scenario at a cost of $75 an hour. Other cost factors, you have an hourly cost. For those original 8 hours is 50 as opposed to the overtime's 75. Additionally, you have fixed cost per visit, fixed cost of use, and your cost per mile factors. So let's look at this report. To open it, you need to go down to the Reports button on the bottom right part of your screen. Scroll down to the bottom and you'll find your cost versus revenue CSV file. I'm going to click to open this. And it's going to have me open it in Microsoft Excel. It's important to note that CSV files do not produce numbers as currency, thus the 1 decimal point rounding. You can change them into currency later if you like. Alright, now that the cost versus revenue report is open, let's walk you through it. You'll notice column A is route. This will show you the vehicle or driver you have listed here. You'll notice Dick is on here twice because he has 2 days of routing, whereas Harry only has 1. It does subtotal each driver or vehicle. Column B is day. Column C is total hours. This particular project, the drivers were limited to 4 hours of driving a day. So you'll see they're all under 4 hours. 1.7, 3.6, 3.6, etc. Dick's subtotal for the 2 days is 5.45. You'll see the total number of stops they hit each day. So day 1 for Dick was 8, day 2 was 22, and day 1 for Harry was 19. The total distance they drove on those days. The cost, which is calculated by the cost per mile that you enter into the vehicle times the total distance they drove. In this instance it's 3, which adds up to 26.9 times 3 is 80.7. It has the regular time cost, which in this instance was $50. So 1.78 times $50 is $89. Additionally, you can put in overtime costs. They didn't go to any overtime on this particular report. You can have overnight costs. You can have the use of vehicles. So it cost me $25 to rent a vehicle a day, let's say, in this instance. So it's $25 for day 1 for Dick, day 2 for Dick, and day 1 for Harry. And the visit cost was $5 a stop. So every stop it cost me $5. So there's 8 stops times 5 equals 40. The total cost would be columns F through K added together. So you have your distance 80.7, your regular time 89, your vehicle cost 25, and your visit cost 40, and that all adds up to 234. Total revenue is calculated by the parameter you set for the revenue in each stop. If all your stops are the same, it would be, in this instance, 8 times 75, which equals 600. But you can individualize that stop revenue, and this number will change accordingly. And then, of course, you have your net revenue, which is your total revenue minus your total cost, which equals 365. And then, like I said before, you have your subtotals for each driver. So Dick has 2 routes, so it adds day 1 and day 2 to calculate his net revenue for those 2 days. And then you have Harry, who only had 1, so his subtotal is the same. And then at the bottom, you have a grand total. This calculates the totals for Harry's 1 run and Dick's 2 runs. This is a great report for companies that would like to measure the cost of their routes against the revenues that those routes produce. And that is the cost versus revenue report. As always, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to contact us. Have a great day.